everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Renee Goodwin, and I'm here with my co-host, Betty Smith-Rose. And we talked to you in the year 2022 about commit yourself to grow yourself. And today we decided to talk about retirement. A few of our friends have shared that their spouse or themselves have recently retired or are planning to retire within the next few months or year, and what changes that is being made in their daily lifestyles.
Whether they like it or not.
Right. So we're going to talk today about future changes, your retirement or your spouse's or partner's retirement. And one of my friends was telling me the other day that she's always stayed at home, kind of raising their children, and the husband mainly worked out of town most of the time. And now he's recently retired, and he was like, where's breakfast? Where's lunch? Where's dinner? You know?
She's probably thinking, in what world do you live in?
And now that her children have actually graduated from college and gone on with their careers, she's like, I cook one meal a day.
Do you have one meal a day, Leo? He decided to join in. Do you have one meal a day?
Oh, goodness. This is Leo. He's Gigi's best friend forever, based on our Gigi Life Lesson Storybook series, as well as Betty. We're both children's book authors.
Sometimes he likes to be in the video. So if you weigh 130 pounds, you get to be in the video.
Exactly. Also, we're talking about retirement, sharing the same space.
Yeah.
I know sometimes my husband's not retired yet. I'm like, Lord help me. That's why we're talking about this now. But
if you want to use the office at the same time.
Yes, when he's home sometimes in the mornings, or comes home early in the afternoons, and we're bumping into each other as we go into the refrigerator.
We do the same. My husband and I do the same thing.
We're bumping into each other, crossing in the hallway. I'm like, what is the deal?
I know exactly what you mean. Or if you want to use the house for something. Tonight, my husband is playing poker with the guys in the neighborhood.
Oh, you need to stay over
I might have to stay over a little bit longer this afternoon.
Come back over, Betty. That's fine with me. Door's always open.
And then there's times that I might want to have an activity, and he could just go visit someone else.
That's true. So that brings up chores. Okay, so now that the guys are coming over to play cards tonight, are they going to leave the house the way they found it?
If they don't, I think my husband knows he needs to straighten up before I get there.
Well, I'm glad y'all had that pointed out prior to him retirement.
That's the thing, prior. Yes.
Prior.
So my husband does help with the chores. He does a lot of them. He really does. We both do. But he does his fair share, I'll give him that.
Well, that's great. Well, because we're also talking about sometimes when one spouse has been home all these years and the other one's been out, and now they swap, so the one that's been out really just wants to stay home and rest.
Right, that's me.
But the one that's stayed home all these years is like, hey, this is my time, let's get up and go. And
they want to go all the time.
So
they want to stay active, which staying active is good for you.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's okay to do things separate. Just because you're retired, you don't have to do all these things together.
Very good point. So we finally come down to the idea of the big word communicate, which I don't know how long you've been married, etc., but that's always been the case, is communicate. You've got to keep the channels open.
More so after retirement.
Right.
And the thing is, you do need to bring it up and talk about it before it gets there too. It just gets sprung on you, so to speak, and you haven't even thought about, oh gosh, what am I going to cook tomorrow if I have to cook 3 meals a day? Well, to start with, you don't have to cook 3 meals a day. But you also need to talk about that ahead of time. If he doesn't know how to fry an egg, it's time to learn.
Exactly. Because we talked about, think about these things and communicate so there's no resentment and in retirement. And we talk about, I've been on the kick of words that start with R-E. And those two words start with R-E, resentment and retirement. You don't want to go down that road. You don't want those two words in the same sentence.
Yeah. And the thing is, you've worked hard all your life. And so especially if you both retired or close at the same time, but you deserve that time that you've worked so hard for, and you want to spend that time together. So make it a happy place.
Exactly.
Plan things you can do together. Plan times that you can do things separately. You don't want to spend that time fussing and resenting. You want it to be something you can look forward to.
Right, it's a happy
so that's
time.
why you need to talk about it now before you get there.
And also it's a good time to, we're talking about happy times, so remember all of the times that got you to where you are now.
Yeah. Reflection.
Oh, R-E word. Oh my gosh, now I got that.
I did that intentionally. That one just popped up in my mind, and I'm like, it is a time of reflection. Retirement definitely is a time where you can look back over your life, and if you haven't accomplished everything you wanted to up to this point, well, hey, just because you're retired does not mean that you have to stop being a person, being who you are, and doing the things you want to do. You can still be active in your church, your community, your friends. You don't just retire and go home, close the door, and that's it.
Right, because I've gone from teacher, engineer, businesswoman, children's book author. I've even became an artist recently. I'll have to show y'all one of my
she's doing
works
very
of
well
art.
with it too. I'm
day.
struggling to do a watercolor turtle, and Renee's over here doing landscape.
Well, sometimes abstract can get away with a lot of stuff, Betty. Watercolor turtles are a little more precise.
I was proud of my little turtle.
But then we're talking about, getting out and speaking. This is one way we are speaking to others, but get out there on the platform and just encourage people to be positive and look forward to every day, and count your blessings.
Yes, and see if there is a way that you can contribute, possibly to someone else's life. Mentoring, something like that. Women at our age, we're able to, we've got 20, 30 years of wisdom on some of these other girls, these younger women coming up. And so, there's lots of things that you can do after you retire.
Right.
You can, even if you don't have a video podcast, you might just have that one person that just needs to spend some time with you.
Right.
So that's a good time for those type of things too.
So when that brings us up, so if you do have a question for Betty and I, you can reach me at ggLifeLessons@gmail.com, and you can look at all the GG Life Lessons storybooks at ggstorybooks.com. And if you want to get in touch with Betty,
let me grab my book. I had it on the other side of the table. This one is Can I Have a Monkey? And this is written for toddlers, preschool age, maybe first grade. Got a lot of sight words in it, and it's a fun little story. So I should have something up on my website by the end of the month, which will be bettyrosebooks.com.
I love that title. And then you have an email address though, right?
Right now it's canihaveamonkey@gmail.com.
Perfect. Well, thank y'all so much for your time, and I hope this kind of helps you if you're looking at retirement or right in the midst of it. Communicate. Share your feelings. Don't let them harbor inside you, because that will be a big volcano explosion.
That'll be the resentment coming.
And we don't want that.
I want to head that off.
Yes. So, if something's kind of bothering you a little bit, just kind of say, hey, you know what? Could you just pick up your socks and put them in the laundry basket, please?
Yes.
Or I tell you what, Gigi's great with socks. She'll help you get those socks in the laundry basket. So anyway, thank y'all so much, and we'll talk to you next.